Hey everybody, it's Jay here from JAAD Productions. Just building on and working on. I already started before the stream went live. Just get a head start on this. Look through the instructions. Got a bunch of stuff to build. Figure we just chill, hang out. So working on some Blood Bowl, some Skaven. Yeah, so I just got some Blood Bowl Skaven going on. Really nice, easy to put together kit. Blood Bowl's a lot of fun. I really want to play it, so. So yeah, just gonna be building this essentially. I've got a whole bunch of stuff over on a stack of shame to build. A lot of stuff actually. A lot of it just because I've been swamped in legal work that I have to get done for my master's degree. Over the past 2 months, I've just accumulated hobby stuff. So I'm not normally someone who has a pile of shame, but I do have quite the pile of shame now. A lot of it might carry on overlords who need to be finished. The carried on overlords. If you hear crying in the background, that's the baby getting bathed. But yeah. So anyone out there watching, feel free to talk to me, ask questions, anything you're interested in, any questions you might have about the hobby or what I'm doing. Total, I think I've got a Caradron get starting, start collecting box to get through. I've got like, I think it's, what is it? A Warcry collecting box for Caradron Overlords, which has got a unit of Thunderers and a unit of, what do you call them? I always forget them. Sky Wardens. And I have no idea what to assemble them as, so. When I get there, if I get there in this stream, because there'll probably be more, I have so much here. Now I've got Arcanauts to build, and I've got, on top of them, I've got, on top of the Arcanauts, everything in that start collecting box. I've got a few things for the AdMech put away. The AdMech, I've got a start collecting box, the new one with the Dune Rider. I really want to build it as a disintegrator, I'm thinking, but because 9th edition is a bit of a cluster fuck in my opinion, I'm not willing to commit to building it with a weapon unless I can magnetize it, and I'll find out whether or not I can magnetize it when I get the kit out. But suffice to say, well, I'm thinking I might just build it as a Dune Strider. Just cause. So what the hell is this I'm building? This is a thrower, I think. For anyone who's wondering and wondering what the hell this is and what Blood Bowl is, Blood Bowl is a fantasy football game, essentially. Done with the tabletop models. It's actually just a ball of fun. Really fun to do. It's really simple too. The models go together real easy. I'm gonna have to clean some of these in a bit, particularly this one. I'm gonna have to clean around here. Come on, camera, focus. Wait. Cameras. This is a brand new camera too, damn it. So, anyway, so it's a game of fantasy football. It's a lot of fun, very interesting to play. It's very wacky. It's kind of setting as an alternate old world in terms of fantasy. I don't know why I glued that first. Oops. Shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that. Oh, well. Let's try not to break this tail where we plug the head in. I already assembled all my Star Wars Legion stuff, because getting into that, which is kind of been forced out of necessity, the Star Wars Legion. Being forced to get into that out of necessity, because Games Workshop stuff is just becoming really hard to get our hands on over the past couple months. All the friendly local gaming stores are basically getting shut on by Games Workshop. Like, there's not enough product. It's all being saved for the Games Workshop retail stores, as I'm being told, and yeah. Which means the Blood Bowl release, essentially, the gaming store literally only got in one of everything and didn't even get in one of everything. They actually got a lot of stuff left out. So the store wanted to start its own league with like all the participants, but now that we're finally out of COVID and able to play, but that's not going to happen because people weren't able to get their teams, which means they have to order them online and go through Games Workshop. And everyone goes through your friendly local gaming stores because it's cheaper. It's just so much cheaper. Because Games Workshop is a bit of a price ripoff in Australia. Like, very much so. Very, very much so. So, just say these are some of the easiest models I've had to assemble since the Star Wars Legion. They're about on par. They're only about 3 pieces each. So that means I might go pretty far. I don't even know what the hell I'm building. Is this the gutter runner? Okay. I'm very new to Blood Bowl, so I have literally no idea what I'm doing or what a lot of this stuff is. I just know I love Skaven and I love making silly Skaven names to make my opponents laugh themselves to death. I do it all the time in Warcry. It's also a tactic I use in just regular Age of Sigmar. But yeah, so there's stuff to get through. Lots of stuff to get through. Anyone watching, either now or after the fact, Merry Christmas, I guess, and Happy Boxing Day. Take care of yourself out there. Hope you all had a good time. I certainly had a decent time. Been a little depressed this year. So, it is surprisingly simple. It doesn't require too much, although when my glue leaks like this, I'm not happy. Because that will just slot together in this here is a little widget that'll just go in there. So it'll just slide across in there, nice and firm, almost not requiring glue, but also putting glue on my goddamn finger. Nothing worse than getting glue on your finger. It's why I hate resin models. Working with super glue is just the worst if you're not careful. I tried wearing gloves once while working with super glue. That didn't work. That did not work, but I tried it. So as I was saying, I learned it's better to get super glue on your hands than to have glove permanently stuck to models. That was annoying. Very annoying. These ones are also slot bases. I've got slots in their bases, so even simpler. Which way does this even go on? It doesn't tell me. I'm just gonna have to. Okay, it's pretty even either side, so just gonna. This is the problem with slot bases. Sometimes they're a bit of a tight fit, which is what you want. This thing can almost be entirely assembled without glue, which is good. So it's nice and good for people who are lazy or new. So there is that. Okay, gutter runner. Come on, focus. Come on, camera. Come on, pull this high quality camera. Oh, that shits me. Camera, why you no focus? Damn it. It's almost like its focus is over here, like this is all. Like for some strange reason, it's focusing over here, but not anywhere else. That's odd. It's very odd. Okay. So, actually, I have no idea how this game works in terms of actual rules. I've played it once, so that's always fun. But from what I can gather, this gutter runner here is our specialist. He's like one of our aces. This is a thrower, so they're in charge of throwing the ball for us. These are our linemen, because it's based off gridiron / American football, for those familiar with that. So yeah, there is that. So it takes place. You got a pitch, you got your grid, and it's an interesting system. The scattering of the ball, it's intended to be just as violent as like a gridiron, tackling, blocking, trying to maneuver the ball past with throws and passes, to get them into position to get the touchdown, and that is the only way to score. You score touchdowns. So I'm not really giving it all it's worth with a lot of gusto right now in my voice, simply just because I'm somewhat concentrating on these to make sure, particularly when I snip them, I'm not snipping anything important, because that's a mistake you can make on just about anything, and especially on these, where it doesn't look like they've placed any of the sprue points near what is any of the widgets. But you also have problems like this where, I'm not sure if you can see it. Come on. All right, well, right around here where I've snipped, it's left a little bit behind. So just gonna try and fix that up, and I'll take a knife to these later and clean them up a little bit as well. But that is the goal. Make sure we don't snip anything important. Just do a little bit of work on them right now so that I can glue them together. So there's that. There's that. Looks like it requires his other arm. So he's got his arm here. I'm not sure what my audio quality is like with this new camera. It wouldn't connect to my microphone for some strange reason. YouTube, thanks for that error. Since my first time streaming, I don't know how to fix that just yet, but we'll fix that in time. Got this? Okay. So this is our blitzer. Okay. So, got our blitzer, got our glue. Let's quick look. He slots together pretty easily. A little bit here, a little bit here, so it doesn't come apart. Even if you're building something that's snap fit or semi-snap fit like these, you almost always want to glue anyway, just so it never comes apart in case an accident happens. You should go on like so, but you ain't for some reason. And it'll be because of the angle I have you on. So, yeah. Alright, got that in there, and then this one's got a widget right here. Ah! Son of a... Okay, so we gotta slot that in there again. And this is hard because this is a spiky miniature, so it hurts, even though it should just slide along in there. It actually kind of hurts to push these things together for the glue. I hate these spikes. I hate them. I need to figure out what's going on with this camera. It's not focusing. No idea why this is not focusing. If I can't get this to focus, I can't do future streams on this, so I'll have to sort this out, and I have no idea why it's not focusing at all. It's pissing me off. Okay. I got this one in here. I gotta be careful with the application, because this is the kind of one, because it's standing on one foot, that might decide to snap off. And we don't want that. We don't want anything snapping off. So that's one of everything done now. There's another sprue to work through. One more sprue to work through. We've still, real quick, cut out the balls, which I just screwed that up. I just totally screwed that up. I snipped here. I needed to snip down here. So that ball's now useless to me. Or is it? Oh, well, we'll cut it out anyway. Damn, it won't slot in anyone's base now. So that sucks. That was an idiot move, Jay. So got another ball here. Right, that's a pretty good snip. Yeah. Tiny little football. Spiked too, so extra hurty. So fortunately there's a bunch of footballs in here, so I just got to cut them right. And then I don't know if I'll buy a rat ogre for my team, but I might. I'm not sure if it'll be a Forge World like actual one. Just simply because when it comes to it, I have an issue with buying anything Forge World given their state of things. I don't trust it. It's far too ludicrously expensive. You have some of the small stuff, but Forge World is a place I can look into. I might just use one of my existing rat ogres, because I put them on, depending on what base size they are on. I'll be able to run them, because this is a game where it's nice and easy to convert things up. This does not want to. It does not want to go. Lovely. So that didn't want to clip there. So why is that? Okay. Just didn't feel like it clipped through. But get our coin token there. That's one sprue done. Onto the floor it goes. Onto the floor the sprue goes. Yeah, so this is... I just realized you haven't been able to see this. This is what we are building. This is what we're currently building. So, Blood Bowl, Skaven. Yeah. A lot of fun. I look forward to playing it. Look forward to playing anything at this point. Got my Star Wars Legion, which was the first thing I assembled before stream began, just because I wanted to get it out of the way with, and it was really quick and easy. So much so that it was kind of didn't take long at all, like all 5 minutes. Got now my Shore Troopers, 2 units of Shore Troopers, which are some Stormtrooper variants from Rogue One. And I've got a Specialist expansion kit now. For those of you who know what Legion is about, that is a Star Wars miniature game. We will be covering it here in the future on JAAD Productions. So look forward to that. So I'm now going to do this all over again. So where the hell did I start? Oh, well, fortunately, these are easy. These are easy. I'm just going to start at any random where, and I probably can't get it wrong. So just going to... Okay. Cannot get this in there. Anyone watching, feel free to ask me anything yet again. Anyone watching this after the fact, if you have any questions about anything, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar related, I'm definitely more knowledgeable on the Age of Sigmar front. There's Discord links in most of my videos. Come join us in the Discord, chat about anything that you're curious about, get some advice, share your lists, that kind of thing. Discuss good ways to do some actual hobby, for example, painting, basing, that kind of thing. I'm not the best at basing, but T, who is my brother and partner here on the channel, much better at painting and building and basing than I am. I'm kind of better on the game side. So, yeah. Completely forgot where I was snipping there. Go for this. Okay. Cut there. Cut there. My glue's finally stopped leaking, so that's progress, I guess. And then head for the rat head right there. And then right there. Okay. So another one bites the dust. Just going to get all these bases prepared ahead of time. Normally I would have all the bases sorted. In a build like this, what I would typically do is a lot of, because they're all pretty identical and same, I'd probably cut them all out all at once. But this isn't my usual hobby bench, so I don't have the room I normally have to flex out and do stuff and like separate everything. So instead I'm just doing it all one at a time here. One at a time. Yep. So I cut that pretty fine. As you can see, I'm just slapping these together. What's taking me a bit is because I'm stopping to talk. I could probably get it done faster if I wasn't streaming, but where's the fun in that? So get that on there, and that's not going because there's something blocking the way. So this happens from time to time. I don't have my knife on me, it's on the opposite bench, but I'll just basically clean that and make it as flush as possible. Get rid of any obstacle to making it go flush. And try again. Get that in there. And now it slides in there nice and flush. Yay! So, slap together. Head. This is super easy. At least with this, I don't have to pick out what is essentially so. I've completely lost my train of thought because I've just seen an urgent message that's come through that I'm going to respond to. Anyway, another one bites the dust. There's no options on this kit, which is thankfully something. I'm just going to make sure I put them all together on the right base side. But there's options on a lot of other kits, and it's part of the reason why I did put off my pile of shame till Boxing Day today, simply because the Carriage on Overlord's been going back and forth debating what to give them. And I just continuously go back to thinking each of their options is a trap. So, yeah, the hell did I just build here? This is a lineman, and I've got to clean that up. Oh, excellent, that just sort of cleaned up by itself. Yay, self-cleaning. Probably one of the laziest hobbyists out there. I am. So, you know, that's always something. Okay, so moving on now. Which do we build next? Another. What is this down here in the corner? I think this is a lineman. Yeah, this is a lineman here. So I probably could snap them off of their stands and freebase them a little bit more. But these guys look specifically designed, and having rebased a lot of models who were like that from older editions, like, yeah, this bar here, which their feet is on, which slots into here, I could cut them free of it. But A, that hurts. B, I don't want to. And see, because each of these has a hole here where the ball is designed to go, it's pretty obvious to me that they're designed to do this way. While it might look a little monopose, I'll just have to differentiate them a different way when it comes to the hobby aspect. So probably slightly different color schemes, different numbers, obviously, because all the players are going to be numbered. Slight variations on their pattern. So, don't know why I'm doing this one first onto his base. I shouldn't do that. I like to assemble the full thing before I base it. But that is what it's like. I don't know why I assemble that way. I prefer to just have everything. I just prefer to have the entire model assembled. I don't even do sub-assembly if I can avoid it. The only time I do sub-assembly, where you assemble some parts, paint them, then assemble other parts, paint them, and then combine them, is when it's something particularly where... well, the greatest example I do that is my Caradron Overlords. Because I can't reliably, because I undercoded them two different things, and they had two very wildly different painting mentalities behind them, I chose instead to take the crew, assemble and build the crew of the Ironclad and the Gunstruck Gun Haulers first, and then I decided I would paint the ship after it was assembled, and then put it together. That's sub-assembly. So after the ship was painted and the crew were painted separately, I glued them on together and placed them on their base. Well, on the ship's base, at least. Which I kind of regret how I based my ship. I can't be super lazy when it comes to the game and put the units, one model from each unit on the base. So, can we get that camera to focus at last? There we go. We have to go super close to get it to focus. Yeah, super close in to get it to focus. Yay, we figured it out. After two people have already watched and left the stream, it's fine. It just makes me look more like the retard that I am. What is this? This is our second Death Runner. So this kit's pretty good. It gives you two of everything. I don't know what is exactly required to build a team. I've only done one game, and that was kind of just pre-built. So I've watched it be played a lot as well, but I have yet to play a lot of Blood Bowl. Slightly awkward angles here on this guy, but it's got two of everything. 2 of every model in this kind of kit. So it's essentially 2 sprues. I don't even know what this cost price-wise, because I think this one was a gift from T. He's got his Dark Elves. And then we've got another mate who's got... What is it? What did he say it was? That new spooky, scary skeleton one. Ah, right, the head's there. I thought I had a mind blank looking for the head. So, yeah. We've got the beginnings of a league. Not sure if we'll be able to get it up on the channel anytime soon. We're all kind of more to Legion right now, because it's something that's affordable, easy to build, a little harder to paint, a little less forgiving, but that's more of a personal standard. And it's not a complete nightmare to try and get your hands on the product. So there is that. Because I've explained in a few videos, and I explained earlier now, it's hard to get Games Workshop products unless you go directly to a Games Workshop store or order online. And you want to support your friendly local gaming store. You want to support them during this time, simply because they provide us a place to game. They've gone all out. They bought the terrain, all of that. All of it. And it's fantastic, and we want to continue to support them. Get. Snap. There we go. There we go. Come on. You focused before for me. Apparently it likes to focus on some models, but not others. This is our gutter runner. This camera doesn't like to focus for some reason. Oh well. Mostly use it for role-playing. Which is something I'll be bringing to the channel as well in the future. I'm not sure what I'm going to be role-playing first. I've currently got 5 games that I run in terms of RP when I'm not hobbying or anything. And yeah, I'm not sure, because I've got the Age of Sigmar Soulbound, which I'm excited to play. Its rule system seems decent. It's Advantage D6, which I'm a fan of. But I've also... I run quite religiously... Where is it? I run quite religiously this. The Robotech RPG by Stranger Machine. But I also just got my hands on Super Age. So, there's that. And I'm still learning Super Age. So I'm trying to get through that. But I'd like to run it. Where was I? Right. I am hyper focused when it comes to the models, and if I step away, I'm like, where was I? So I've got some advanced models that had to be assembled in stages that I just like, where was I with this? Right, I'll come back to this in 6 months when I can remember. Or not at all. This is fiddly where. The Blitzer might be the most annoying thing to assemble here, and I've also just totally cut the wrong thing as well because I was actually working on the thrower, which is fantastic. Fantastic. Idiot. I do not know how long I will be streaming for. By the way, for anyone who is watching this, so if you're watching this at this point, you're probably watching it on the back play. So, you know, you'll know how long it goes for. But, yeah. I was quite surprised with the news yesterday for Age of Sigmar. The Hedonites of Slaanesh getting a new book and without an edition change. This actually greatly surprises and pleases me. For anyone who wants to join in on some Age of Sigmar discussion, I'm now just going to switch gears and just talk about Age of Sigmar and random stuff like I have been. Just my thoughts, my hobby thoughts. Because Age of Sigmar, people are like, yeah, it might be going for a 3rd edition with the Broken Realms, and it doesn't really need a 3rd edition. It really doesn't. If there was one thing I would change from it, it would probably be to rework morale or battle shock. And I'd probably work battle shock to be just like 9th edition, which 9th edition might be a cluster fuck, but 9th edition is a clusterfuck because of how it was rolled out, not for any other reason. Like, it, yeah. I will save my, I'll save that rant for another time. Because I know whenever I talk about anything 40k, a lot of people tend to give me shit. Especially when I first started making videos. People would give me shit for anything I'd say on 40k that was slightly negative or slightly positive. And to be honest, just fuck those people. But Age of Sigmar, you guys are awesome. Age of Sigmar needs more love. Anyone who says Age of Sigmar is just trash or anything negative, like, they clearly haven't played it. Like, I have been playing Age of Sigmar for, what, 3 years now, or so. And I've followed it since its beginning as well. I'm adamant about it. I loved it the first time I played it, but it took me a while to get an army together, and by that time, 2nd edition finally hit. And to be honest, when it comes to Age of Sigmar, anyone who disses it clearly hasn't played it in its current incarnation. I've played far more 40k games, ironically, but I've also done a lot of Age of Sigmar, and Age of Sigmar is the more balanced game. It is just the more balanced game overall. It is far cleaner. It's far less problematic. There's less broken shit. There's less power imbalance amongst the factions. Things that were released right at the start of 2nd edition are actually still good at the end of 2nd edition and only require minor updates. You know, and ironically, a lot of those have actually just gotten those minor updates in the Broken Realms series, Marathi. So it's one of those things. It's just completely ridiculous. It's ridiculously well designed. The rules team are very good when it comes to it. Whereas 40k, 8th edition, first off, it was one giant scam. It was all just a beta test for 9th edition, which pisses me off. Second, it was a shit show. Like, Space Marines were released at first, and they didn't have 2 wounds on the generic Marines, which I always argued they should have had right from the beginning, and it was... They were laughable. but at least Marines being laughable was better than Marines being ridiculous. You see, when Marines are bad and everyone owns Marines, people will tend to branch out and try different armies. So you get a lot more variety in the game. You get some people who make what they can out of the Space Marines Codex, even though it's not in the best condition, and that's good. But when Marines are good, because everyone owns an army of Marines, everyone plays Marines, and that leads to less diversity in the game, and it's shitful. And that was one problem that came up towards the very end of 8th edition. About the mid of 8th edition, I basically cracked the shits after I went to a tournament, and it was meant to be a nice casual tournament, and everyone there, by the bottom tables, so it was like a tournament, 50 people, still a good time, because, you know, it's a tournament, you sit around, you drink beer, you get drunk, you try and play to have fun, but when you're facing table after table after table of all-knight armies with a backup detachment of 32 guardsmen or a smash captain from the Blood Angels, you need a lot of beer. Because that was shitful. By the end of it, I was a little drunk and decided I actually got paired up with T because we went to that tournament together. And I basically just said, fuck it, I'm going to play my worst game of 40k ever by completely throwing tactics and strategy to the wind and just playing it like a retard. And I took my Eldar list, which was super defensive, and it was nice and balanced, and I just played it like ridiculously aggressive. Because knights are not fun. Knights are not fun whatsoever. If you want to play an all-knight army, go play fucking Adeptus Titanicus. Get the fuck out of here with that. And that shitted me, because they were ridiculous. I hated it. I hate knights. Knights ruined 40k for me. And that was when things started to go crappy. You have those factions there, which are just, when their releases completely destroy the diversity of the game, because they're just so dumb. But, you know, I still liked 8th edition. I still liked it. I think rather than going straight into Indomitus and 9th edition like they did after they finally got out all the books for their Psychic Awakening, they should have let us stew on it for like a year so that we can experience the game fully complete. I would have been less angry about that. And during that time, rather than doing what they've done, where they're giving us the codexes piecemeal, and it took us forever to get our 1st and 9th edition codexes, instead I would have preferred if they'd waited, and instead, it's a real trick to get this camera to focus. I have no idea why this will not focus. There we go. Finally focused. Finally figured out what I wanted, didn't you, camera? Yeah. It's a good model. It's a good model. So, there's that. Because it means it loses focus completely down here. Now. Crystal clear. Crappy. I'd rather it be crystal clear up here so I can show you guys what I'm working on rather than crystal clear down here. But that's actually the end of what I've got here for the Skaven, actually. So that's my 2 of everything right there. So that's my Skaven team right there. So yay Skaven. Just gonna cut out some balls and stands and things. then we can move on to the next project. Since there's no one commenting in chat, I guess I'll pick what I work on next. But suffice to say, I'm not drawing any views. That's fine. That's fine. People can watch this afterwards. But yeah, I wasn't expecting much. Snip that. I've got all our balls. Just leave this ball over here. She can't see what I'm cutting, but that's because I have to bring it close to myself. So we've got just this left. Yeah, the Age of Sigmar news that I saw last night, the Christmas one. I was happy to see my speculations about the Hedonites of Slaanesh vindicated, but the 40k news is what my original tangent started on, like 10 minutes ago. And the original tangent I started on was the new Lilith Hesprax model just looks absolutely garbage. Like, complete garbage, in my opinion. Just beyond awful. Make sure there's no glue on the end of that tip there. Like that. Yeah, the new Lilith Hesprax was just... I dislike it. I think it's boring. I think the box and how she's coming in is just... I hate that box, how they do it. I think it's just a scam. Throw that sprue on the floor. I hate how they manage these releases. I hate how a lot of the back part of 9th edition has been released. And T, my partner on the channel, he just, as the Dark Eldar player who has the old Lilith Hesprax, we were comparing the models, just absolute garbage tier model. It looks fat, it looks ugly, it's got the constipation face, like, took far too much friends on. Doesn't look like she's agile at all. She looks just chunky. And on top of that, the blades look way too thick, way too long. Just finished building this, for those of you who are just joining us. It's a Blood Bowl. And just the Lilith Hesprax just looks terrible. Just looks terrible now. I prefer the older Finecast model, and if that's the route they're going with, then I would rather them just not resculpt any of the Eldari, like none of them at all. Like, this is good. Leave this alone. See if we can get this camera to focus again, since the camera doesn't like to focus for us. Come on, camera. No. No, okay. Well, screw you, camera. Alright, next thing on the build list. Some Warcry. So, Caradon, Overlords, Warcry, box set. So, I'm going to go for this now. It's got a bunch of Sky Wardens and Thunderers in it. Oh, yeah, look at that. Give that a good sniff, I will. After we get them bases out of there. Those bases. I don't see any flying stems, though. Where are the flying stems? Oh, excellent. Flying stems are here. We would be screwed without these things, even though Games Workshop has no idea how to design flying stems. Yay. So, for anyone watching right now, because I'm not really looking at the screen, and chat, I'm sure it'll bling if I go off. What should I build first? The Balloon Boys or the Gun Boys? I don't get a response, I'll just go with whatever. Alright. While I decide, quickly got to check a message. Uh-huh. 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 Alright. Oh, hello there. I finally see that response came through. Balloon boys, it is. Where the hell did I just put them? Here they are. Alright. These can go off to the side for these gun boys. Fortunately, they're only 2 sprues each. So, for those of you just joining us, built the Legion, we built the Blood Bowl team. We've bitched and talked for a while about Games Workshop. So, I have no idea how to build these balloon boys, so I need to go find the instructions. Which I just threw away there. Yep, I see you there, Shawnee, now. I have no idea. How are things this evening with you? I have no idea where the instructions have gone. I have to go and find them. Son of a bitch. That's good. That's good. It's good to hear. Have a good Christmas and all that. Been avoiding Boxing Day by not leaving. Okay. I had to actually go into the Get Starting box to find instructions, because the Warcry box doesn't come with them. Or at least, if it did, I might have accidentally thrown them out. I have so many Caradons to build. It's just not funny. Even worse, I still don't even have any idea how I'm going to build them. Oh, hey, and I found the instructions from the Warcry box I was looking for that I just thought I'd thrown out. Of course I did. I am an idiot. Okay, so let's get to work on the balloon boys. We're going to build these ones as Sky Wardens, because I already have 3 Endrin Riggers. So we've already got 3 Endrin Riggers. We're going to build them as the Sky Wardens with the pikes. Decided, I think, in terms of heavy weapons, the Caradon Overlord ones are all a trap. Like, they're all garbage and not worth anything, so might as well just stick with the base loadout, where they're mathematically more efficient, I think. So I'll say this about Caradon kits. I love the army, but they're super shitty to build. I hate them sometimes, especially these ones. And I never want to build another Ironclad ever again, I'll say that. Shitty Ironclad. But painting it was worth it. Ironclad's now painted. Put that in a future video. Actually, I'll grab the Ironclad right now. See if I can get this camera to actually focus on it. Okay, so this here is the Ironclad. So I'll just take the Ironclad off its base here, because that was something I did to ensure that it doesn't break, because again, flying stands are not something Games Workshop understands how to make. It's a nice cloudy base there with the ruins built onto it. But let's see if we can get the camera to focus. So, this is the Henrietta, our Caradon Overlords. Camera's not really focusing, but you can kind of make out the basic details of it. This is our Ironclad, which is a lot of fun. I really loved it. Really good to paint. See if I can get put it close to the camera, see if I can get it to focus on it. Come on, camera. Focus. Focus. Damn you, camera. You're brand new. Why are you not focusing? Brand new camera. Doesn't want to focus. Doesn't want to focus at all. Not even on small things. Not even on large things. Anyway, you can sort of make out the chipping effect I've done on the paint. Gone for my color scheme of the barrack I can never remember. Did the sub-assembly. Did the characters separately. And then here, this is where the flying stem goes in. And normally the flying stem only goes into about literally to here. So what I decided to do is I took a drill bit and I drilled through into the plastic so that it sits in there deeper, so that it's less likely to snap off. And it also slides in and out far better, which means that this has far greater stability. That sits there. It's pretty good. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to break. And I really wish the camera could, for a new HD camera, decides not to, look too good. Curse you, HD camera. Curse you. Alright. So now that we've finished showing off the Ironclad, let's actually try and build some balloon boys. Let's try anyway. Keywords. Alright, so where is... That's not the sprue we need. What about... That it? Yeah, it's gotta be it. Okay. Here we go. Finally found what we need. Problem is I really hate clipping these ones. Gonna have to get the knife. Gonna have to get the knife for this one. Can't get away with what we got away with the Blood Bowl ones, which was just some very careful clipping. These ones, we're gonna have to get the knife. You should always have a knife. Always have a knife. Yeah. Alright. That didn't work out too well. That did not work out too well whatsoever. So I will have to get that knife in a minute. Let's just get the rest of this guy's body together. It's his torso. It's his legs. Gotta hold this close to me, slightly off screen, so I can see where I'm cutting. Make sure I don't cut anything important. It's a backpack. Shoulder harness now for the balloon itself. Man. Going from building Legion to building this is very jarring. Why can't everything be Legion where it's like 3 bits max? 4 bits on a medical droid. almost have enough now to play Legion. I just need another box or something, and then a card pack for all the command cards. Okay. One half of a balloon. Wow, that wasn't even molded on there at all. Right. Okay. Now I have to go get that knife. Alright, knife. Found the knife, buried underneath a box of orcs that I need to paint. Should probably paint them on stream, considering I've got something like, can't even remember the exact numbers now. It was something close to, let's see, there's 70 orc boys that need to be done, and some 60 Gretchen, and one Gretchen, no, sorry, two of the artillery pieces that the Gretchen come with, tractor cannons. So, a lot of orcs to get done. Contrast speeds it up, but, oh, it's mind-numbing. It's mind-numbing, and it leads me to think about things I really don't want to be thinking about. Son of a bitch, I did not clip this well at all. Did not clip this well whatsoever. This blade is practically blunt too, which doesn't help. So, what are you working on, Shawnee? What are you up to? Go fix this. Fix that. That looks abysmal. This one too. Cold War, is that the new Call of Duty? Is that what the latest one is called? I stopped paying attention to them. Right. Okay. I haven't heard anything about it, so. I think the last time I played a Call of Duty was I'm struggling to recall. Well, I played some. No, I enjoyed it. Just trying to remember what was the last Call of Duty I played. Oh, my memory is failing me. I want to say it wasn't World at War. It wasn't. I remember I played Modern Warfare and loved it. It was one of the later ones. I can't seem to remember. Something isn't flush here. Damn it. Alright. So now we have to hold this together because something isn't flush in the molding. Yay. Yay, he said. Nope, still not going to hold yourself together? Fine. You are just not aligned properly. Why not? It's a fault in the mold. Damn it. Let's see if we can't shave enough off. Went from building nice and easy Blood Bowl and Legion to dealing with this crap. Alright. That's better. Yay. Now we can keep going. Legs next. All this effort for 3 little guys. I got 6 of these Sky Ones to build. Should grab the other ones out of the box. Do them all at once. But batch building is a pain. Just as much as batch painting. It's not bad. Most of what I do is batch painting, however. Helps when things like to glue together. Gah. Sky Dwarves. You bloody bitches. Damn drongos. Okay. So, we can move on now. Do a backpack. Except no we can't, because for some strange reason, that leg didn't glue on properly. Why didn't that glue on properly? Every time I say glue on, I seem to think of the glue on gun from Half-Life 1. I missed that game. I need to finish running through Black Mesa. That was fantastic. Okay, so we have a balloon. Got a balloon there. Okay, so I want to say the last Call of Duty that I played was maybe Spec Ops. I remember fighting through the streets of some European city only for it to be nuked. I cannot recall which one that was. Maybe that was a Battlefield. Was that a Battlefield? Nah, can't have been. I don't know any Battlefields. Well, my brain's drawing a blank. Stupid brain. Okay. Yeah, so these will go on this side by the looks. Nope. There we go. There we go. Slots in there. Been a while. I forgot how these go together. And I'm not really looking at the instructions, even though they're right next to me. Who needs instructions? Nobody needs instructions, that's here. Okay. We will consult the instructions a little bit. A little. Just a little bit. Okay. Piece. One. Shit, I was not paying attention to what I was building. Alright, well, at least we know we need whatever that vent is on the instructions. There it is. There is our tiny vent. Tiny vent. And then need the fin. Okay, so this is the one with curved fin. This was a pain in the ass from memory last time, so. Yep, and then we're going to give them all vulcanizer pistols and sky hooks. Sky pikes. Sky pikes. Yeah, sky pikes. Not sky hooks, that's the other thing. Okay, and one sky hook. No heavy weapons, because for 100 points, these things are okay. You get 3 guys, 4 up save, 2 wounds. But 1 in every 3 can take one of the... Where did I put that knife? 1 every 3. They all come with vulcanizer pistols by standard, which are 3s and 3s, 9-inch range, -1, 1 damage. 2 shots each. That's fine. It's pretty good. 9-inch range, sure. And the hook, the pikes, 2-inch reach, 2 attacks, 4s and... Geez, I want to say... Yeah, 4s and 3s, -1, D3 damage. Decent if you can get them to hit. But the extra weapons, 1 in every 3 guys can have a volley gun. It's 24 inches, so really long range by Sigma standards. 4s and 4s, -1, 1 damage. 6 shots. On averages, you're going to get 3 hits, and then you're going to get maybe 1 to 2 wounds. 24-inch range, it seems tempting, but I don't know. It's a trap. Because you sacrifice the hitting power that your skyhook would come. I keep saying skyhook. The sky pike comes with for it, and at the same time, you're also sacrificing the reliability, if short range, of the vulcanizer pistol. So that's one less guy who's going to be able to contribute in melee to any degree because the gun butt's trash. You've got the light skyhook and the grappling hook, which use the same weapon profile. Again, 24 inches. 4s and 3s, -2 D3 damage. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Problem is, again, it hits on 4s. If it's the grapple hook version, you get to reroll charges. So that one's actually not a bad pick, per se. But it's the sacrifice, again, of more reliable attacks, which just clinches it for me. There we go. Fins on there. A little bit of glue there. And now we can see starting to take shape. If the camera ever decides to focus ever again, it appears to do it once every blue moon. Oh, hey, the camera did it. Just as I was talking shit about your camera. And then you lose it again. Of course you do. Of course you do. I'm going to have to work on this setup. I'm going to have to work on this setup. Alright, arms. The final option that they can take is not bad. I would like it, but the problem is the drill launcher. It exhibits the same issues. Hits on 4s, wounds on 3s. It's again that 24-inch range. It's -3 D3 damage, and if you roll a 6 to hit, it just does flat mortal wounds. Which is good. It's very good against high armored units. But it means there's essentially 2 ways to run this squad, and it's either as shock troops and screens, or it's as mini heavy weapon squads, sort of Imperial Guardsman style. And, well, I'm just not convinced it's entirely worth it. Just for that, just for 2 24-inch guns of variousness, it requires, quite an investment in point size to get them up to numbers where mathematically they're going to be able to do anything. Because the KO, despite being a shooting army, are really, really terrible and rely super heavily on just sheer weight of shots. And yet, ironically, they're at the top of the meta, or at least they were until Marathi came along and gave them a boost. They're still sitting high up there, but they definitely have a hard counter from the Ideneth Deepkin. How does that go on there? Where does that go on? Jeez. I love it when the instructions aren't clear. There, maybe? Yeah, that's got to be it. Okay. I'm going to do the bases on these last, just because the flying stands that Games Workshop makes are shit. And they're so finicky. I might do them off stream since they're so annoying. Okay, yeah. So that's how that goes. All right, that's one done. Come on, camera. Come on. This camera's starting to piss me off. It's really starting to piss me off. I can't focus on something I shove right in front of its face. All right. That's one done. Just 5 more to go. I'm not going to do all 5 of them here anyway. Just these 3. A little bit at a time. Also, because I've got other things to do, like plan RPGs and finish legal crap. All right. So that was our Mezzan Master, or whatever the Sky Warden equivalent is called. Don't even know, actually. Don't even know. That might have been just a random one. Normally they have a fancy headpiece, but no, this will be our Mezzan Master that we're assembling here, because I've just spotted the fancy heads on the sprues right down here. So we'll have to pick one. We will have to pick one. What's the difference in the head styles on one? Can't see the head that I used for the previous measurement. Ah, there. Actually, there's the fancy heads. Okay. Those are just the regular heads. 2 kinds with 2 different types. Thank goodness I did the correct type. Because the Sky Wardens, they look far more like just fancy Arcanauts. Which makes sense, because in their lore, they're veteran Arcanauts. Which also makes sense for the heavy weapon team that you can put together with them. But, I only have a second Arcanaut unit here that I have to build, simply because, well, battle line requirements. No other reason. Just battle line requirements. And they're cheap in an army that doesn't have many bodies. For 10 guys, you're real cheap. Only 90 points. So just camp them on objectives. And then let the rest of my army do its thing. Which, really simple tactic I devised for the list is literally just most of the characters go in the Ironclad. The Ironclad also has the 15 Gunstruck Thunderers that I have in it. They all garrison it. All the Gunstruck Thunderers have the 18-inch rifles, which I think is what I've settled on. Maybe a few Aether Cannons or Fumigators mixed in there. And even though it's going to be overburdened at that number of models, I can then basically just do the fly high move to get it wherever I need. Plus, it'll be able to move 4 inches, plus run and shoot, re-rolling the run. So it'll be plenty mobile enough. And at that longer range, just basically blast things apart, pick them apart, skirmish the enemy to death, while the Gunstruck, gun haulers, and balloon boys provide screen and objective grabbers. Real simple, the Karatons are. The hard part is getting them to survive. Because they might have decent armor saves, but they hit like wet noodles in melee. And against something like corn units, well, you want to hit them with something. They will get you in melee, and thus you want to hit them with something harder than just a wet noodle. Good old pool noodles. Alright, there we go. We've got those finicky mines out. Alright, looks like this sprue is entirely, other than this one last mine, and these mine bits here, entirely dedicated to the third, the engine riggers. So, after I cut out what I need from the sprue, I can actually just throw it away. I only built these once. That was quite a while ago now. I don't know. I think the extra guns are a trap. If anyone thinks differently, let me know in the chat or in the comments afterwards. For anyone who watches this, the non-live version. Alright, just the tops of these mines. I don't know why the mines had to be 2 separate pieces, but they are. Is it so that they can charge us extra? This kit already costs way too much. Like, these 3 guys by themselves outside of a package deal cost like $70. It's ridiculous. Alright, throwing it away. Fix this one's mines first, because there's the top of the mines that have got to be done. if the glue will come out. Our nozzle might be blocked up. Nope, okay. There we go, it was just being stubborn. Tiny, finicky mine bits, yay. Okay, let's... could very daintily fit on these. Very dainty. Very dainty. Okay. Not quite on there. Perfect. There we go. There we go. So now the camera decides to focus, so you can see here the mines, two separate bits. This top bit, and this bottom bit. So literally this bit is a separate bit, and they just sort of clip on to the underside here, which yeah. Hopefully these things don't break, because this is incredibly thin and bendable. And they're already going to be on those flight stems, which are already not the most stable of things. And before we glue, we learned this time, we've got to fix up these joins. And I will have assembled this Caradron army, 2,000 points once I got all this done, and that'll be done. And then I can decide on my next army for AOS. I'm kind of leaning towards Gloom Spike Gits, but at the same time, I want one from every allegiance, but because I'm just insane that way. But at the same time, there's nothing in the Death Allegiance that I like. One of the things I do like in the Death Allegiance are Soul Blight, and they kind of need new models in a new book. And I was kind of hoping that they would get an announcement for being the battle tome that would come in February. But no, it was the Hedonites. So maybe I'll start the Hedonites instead. And they do look really, really good. Plus, Sigvald in Arseless Chaps. Come on, glue. Okay. Now we can start the assembly. Damn it. More problems with the mold line. Okay. There we go. Just hold that there for a minute. Okay. Ow, I don't remember hobbying used to kill my shoulder, but it seems to these days. Okay. There we go. Curious what else the Slanesh line has up its sleeve, but There's no point speculating too heavily on it. Hey, unlike the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, being very careful, and I doubt we'll even see it. And I might just decide, screw it, buy myself another Legion army. Maybe clone troopers. I like clone troopers. This leg. Here we go. Some of these leg bits snap in underneath these bits here, which makes them mightily annoying sometimes when they're not snapping in. None of these legs are a super good fit. Like, look at this. Pretty trash design, really. I could fix it, but it's mostly going to be hidden anyway. So, yeah. Alright. Backpack. Check. This one, really giving me trouble. It does not want to stay together. Yeah. This arm joint here did not want to stay together to keep the whole thing together. So that's a bit of a pain. We got, ironically, the camera is now focusing at this level. So good enough, I guess. Now, like an hour and 33 into it, you decide to focus, you damn camera. So we've got the head there. So next, onto the shoulders for balloon harness. Don't actually get how these things fly there, like without a propeller, but it's Age of Sigma. You just don't question it. Just don't question it. There we go. Come along. So, next, before we do anything else, we've got to assemble the balloon, which means making sure the balloon is flush. Just so the balloon doesn't give us any trouble, because we will see the balloon. And there's some things paint can't hide. Like things coming apart at mold lines. See? Like that. Because we missed this. Can't see what I'm doing, but I'm shaving that off to make it flush. Now, voila. So we're going to put our vent here. Okay. Now the balloon is ready to go on top of the JAAD. Like so. It just sort of pops on there, slides in there to the side. Goes there. We can put on our lines to the side here. The mineability on these guys is somewhat disappointing. Like, they can only set their mines off when you charge them if you have fly. Otherwise, they have to live long enough to retreat in order to drop their mines. Which means, well, that didn't work. That double didn't work. Yeah. To be able to retreat with these guys means having them live, which means they need to be able to make their rolls and pass. 4 up save, 2 wounds. A minimum squad's unlikely against a dedicated assault to survive that. So you then are left with the choice of, well, you might as well just field them in large squads then. Then one might actually live, because you only need one guy to live to do it. Just not quite flush on top of the mines, so we're just going to clean that up. These are finicky models. These require lots of cleaning to make sure they go perfect. I wish I'd seen the top of the mine wasn't flush before I glued it. Now I just made things harder for myself. Like that. Where I've just now broken it. Alright. And that hasn't worked, so I need to reglue it. Yay, because I broke it. Yay! Okay. We'll hold that there this time. Try for our mines. Put on our cutie little mine boops. Our mine hats. Don't know why a mine that's designed to blow up things either on the air or ground has a design like this. Like, the hell are these prongs going to hit to detonate off? But we just don't question it. We just don't question it. And we also don't send our mine bits flying. Don't do that. They're tiny. We will never find them. These mines do not want to stay on there for whatever reason. But now we just have the arms to do. Which means I need to find a gun, because I have the skyhook. I just need a gun now. Okay. Okay, got ourselves a gun. Arm. That's the wrong arm for the gun. Gotta get just the right angle so it stays in there to match the pose. Not quite. There we go. Mono build. Yay. So very friendly. Especially on Games Workshop kits. Okay. And then we've got this on, and... Nope. Okay. Fine. Fine. Be that way. And of course, now the other arm's going to come off. Fine. Assembly might be my favorite part of this hobby, but goddamn. Maybe it's my favorite part of the hobby because it's the only part I get to do with any regularity. Especially in the past 12 months. Need to stretch for a moment. Okay. We have one balloon boy left to do. Let us balloon away. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Oh, I'm going to sing that all the time when I play the Caradrons. Speaking of the Caradrons as well, since all of my characters have been named, or will be named, I require naming suggestions for these Caradrons. So I have in total a navigator, what do you call it? Not a navigator, the chemist. I have a navigator and a chemist in need of a name, and a gun hauler in need of a name. So I have to figure something out for that. Because to go with these, I have because the Caradrons have a constitutional code essentially that they operate by, and something about that just appeals to me as someone who studies law. I've actually written up their constitutional fancy-like, so because I intend to play these almost entirely as a single, it's part of like a narrative for the narrative of these guys. So I've got it. They're the Henrietta Trading Company, the capital ship. Got the same name as, it's called the Henrietta. So under their, essentially I put it together of like a roster of what their constitutional thing is, what they trade, what their rates are, and then on top of that, a list of all the crew. So, yeah. Need names for the senior members of the crew to put on that document so I can print it out, weather it, put it in a little frame, bring it with me to any competitions I take the Caradrons to. You know what? I probably could name one of them Mick, because the captain, the admiral that I have, his name is Ingvar Stonefist. He's actually the name of another player character from an RPG. That I didn't play, but guy was playing it, good friend of mine. That was his player character. McDingo, the chemist. No, McDingo would have to be the name of the ship. Because McDingo couldn't be the name of the navigator. Not cool enough. Or rather, too cool for that navigator, who will probably never see combat. You know what? I think there's a dwarf, like Warhammer Fantasy dwarf to English translator with their alphabet. So I might look up what McDingo translates into and paint that onto the side of the second gun hauler. Actually, I wonder what that is. I'm just gonna quickly Google search that. Warhammer Fantasy English to Dwarf translation. English to Kazalid. Here we go. So, okay, so it's not particularly. Okay, so it's more of a dictionary. So let's find it while I take a break real quick. So M. Yeah. So it's a dictionary, so it doesn't really have names to translate. So let's try it this way. What's the meaning of Mick? Why, yes, Google. Thank you for telling me it's of people typically of Irish descent. I never would have guessed. Yeah, that turned out to be useless. Screw it, I'll just call it McDingo. Okay. I forgot where I was up to in terms of cutting things. Right. Okay. I was up to the rack for holding the balloon. Okay, so that's that, and here's our mines. We've got our legs, arms. We've got our vent. Okay, that's ready then. Okay, let's start assembly. Actually, I've learned my lesson. Cleaning first. Always with the cleaning. Okay. Yeah, these ones are really bad when it comes to getting clean snips. And even getting the knife in there to clean them up. Okay. because there's a little notch here which stops you from getting a nice clean sort of cut. Like right here. So, yeah. Okay. Just like the others, you don't want to go together. But before we squish it in too much, we better do these legs because it's another one of the clip underneath them sort of deals. The traditional dwarven crotch protecting skirt? I don't know what the hell you call that. Dick guard? I don't know. Someone who knows something about armor will probably know more. Because it's not like a groin piece, it just folds over the groin. Okay. Head will go on there eventually. There we go. And I forget what my next step is. Right. Shoulders, backpack. Okay. Ooh, it's a terrible thing there. Where's my knife? My attempts to compress this guy together, I am pushing things out of position. I'm gonna admit though, I've actually enjoyed painting the Caradons quite a lot with the contrast paints, particularly the metal base coat of Runefang Silver, as it's called now, with the achromatic blue. It's not really close to the barrack I chose. It's close enough, but when it came to finding artwork for the color scheme that I wanted for the subfaction in the book, it was internet era, exe not found. There was not a single piece of artwork I could find that showed the barracks' actual color scheme on the ships or the people particularly well. There's only one in the book. It only shows it on Arcanauts, and it's like, cool, how do I apply that to ship? Well, screw me. Alright, balloon time. Give that a snip there. Same on the other side. Give that a scrape there. Give it some glue. Fits together like so. Alright, now we're on to the vent. We're in our final stretch now. I've been going for almost 2 hours now. I have Robotech things I need to do for RPGs. So I'll just finish this guy. Save the gun boys for next time. There's a lot of gun boys, and there's still another 3 of these guys to do. I have my pile of shame. It shames me. Oh, that's slot in there. Excellent. That's actually tighter fit than the other ones. Put our fin in. It's finally taken me till now. Yes, Robotech things. Ironically, things for the next game I have planned for you, Mick. Some last minute details I gotta get sorted, so it's easier for you guys to access the rules. Alright, so we get our arms. Arm goes on. Into position. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Good glue. And then this arm goes on. Eventually. Eventually, this arm goes on. Geez. There we go. Now that's stable enough. And then just to save me some time, I'm going to put the mines' heads on first. Or I would, but there's a bit of plastic there that's sticking up that needs dealing with. Damn it. I already glued. God, it's hard to get at. I don't want to take any more of the mine with it. I'm gonna have to give up there. Wipe my blade. Try again. Yeah, doesn't really work. Didn't really work at all. Damn it. All right. All right. Now the mines go on there. Which, that arm has totally come off there. It's barely hanging on. Let's reinforce it with this other connection here. Attach more glue there. How's this arm doing? It's still there. Okay. And now, I'm not going to base them, even though I based the other ones. And that is solely because I am going to spray paint these. And even if I wasn't going to spray paint them, if I was going to base them by hand, which I've done for a lot of these Caradron Overlords so far, it is really just a simple matter that it's just going to be a mess. So it's easier now to just leave them off their stands and do it later. So I am going to end the stream now. Continue this up another time because there's so many more models to build. And I'm actually a lot more tired than I thought I would be. So, I've been Jay from JAAD Productions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.